So is James Gunn the new Kathleen Kennedy or what? We were talking about it before we started recording this episode. It's come out that now this is according to the Insider, but it's come out that James Gunn's contract has actually been extended, and this was after reports that he'd already written his farewell message.
No, I saw the other day people were saying that they thought his contract was going to be extended and that he had talks with the Ellisons and stuff about him staying.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, maybe the whole thing, maybe, here's how this stuff works too. Sometimes the media is useful in contract negotiations. So it could have been that he wanted some leverage and, he wanted to stir the pot and some things got slipped, or who knows? Maybe he had a letter ready to go just in case it didn't go the way he wanted it to go. I think Lanterns doing well definitely helped his case because Supergirl wasn't looking too good. But
Supergirl was terrible.
Supergirl was terrible, but he probably threw the director on the bus for that and said, well, it's all Craig Gillespie's fault.
Well, no, supposedly the cut that got put out was his.
Yeah, so I don't... probably be like, well, I tried to save it, but at that point it was.
I just don't understand. Like, let's be honest here. Let's just be completely honest here. He only has one type of movie, and it's Guardians of the Galaxy. Everything is It's Superman flavored Guardians of the Galaxy.
Superman flavored.
It's still Guardians of the Galaxy. It's all he can do, and that's okay. Except not every franchise or not every character that's going to work. And unfortunately, he's in charge, but instead of like letting other people do things, he's the one that keeps wanting to do them. And it's like, you can be in charge, but and that might be the case. You're still in charge, but you're going to have to hand it off to other people to direct because it's all just his version of it. And it's Guardians of the Galaxy Supergirl, Guardians of the Galaxy Superman, Guardians of the Galaxy Suicide Squad, and that's all it is.
And it works for Suicide Squad. It would work for something like Doom Patrol. It would work for Lobo, but not Superman and Supergirl.
Well, that's the thing he wanted to do was a Lobo movie, and he had to do Supergirl.
Yeah. Well, if he wanted to do a Lobo movie, it needed more Lobo. He was in it for like 5 minutes.
No, I'm just saying. Minutes. I mean, I think that's what his go-to was like Lobo in this. And he has one type of thing. It's like people were saying that there was rumor Taika Waititi was wanting to do the Kingdom Hearts movie, and it's like no, because the dude can only do like one type of film, and that's not right for that. That'd be just like you want to do Akira, and it's like thank God he didn't, because sometimes you're just not suited. You might be fantastic at your style, but you're not suited to do something else. And unfortunately, James Gunn has proved that just repeating Suicide Squad over and over and over again isn't going to work. But then he apparently is getting renewed.
So we'll talk about that because this is very interesting. And I do think he was pointing to Lanterns and being like, hey, this one's a hit. And my Superman was a hit. So, ish. We'll see.
It wasn't exactly a hit. It made money, but it wasn't a hit.
Yeah, that year was not good for comic book movies. Like there were some that were actually pretty good. They just did not do well at the box office. And we've talked about Superman at length. I think the casting is great. I just wanted more Superman in my Superman movie.
instead of a Guardians of the Galaxy ensemble.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So anyway, let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
You've got a couple more hours yet to pack Geeky Sparkles Retro Halloween Revenge pins. People are like, it's only August. Why are you selling Halloween stuff in August?
We have to have time to get it in.
We have to get it manufactured and shipped and all that stuff. So
Christmas will be next, just FYI.
Yeah, we're gonna have next year will be Christmas in July. We'll just
Christmas. We are gonna be doing Christmas ones here soon, and I think there might be some from last time, but there'll be a lot of new ones I think for that one. I think we're having more new on that one.
So she did these pins last year. They glow in the dark. They're really, really cute. And we're adding a neon pin this year, and you've got a few more hours. We'll probably leave it open for a couple days after the campaign closes for late backers. But there you go, guys. Thank you very much for that. So let's walk it back a little bit. So about a week ago, Cosmic Book News, and I'm definitely not throwing Cosmic Book News under the bus. I want to be clear about that because they have been correct many times in the past, and I do believe that he does have insiders. But where things stood a week ago was that James Gunn already had his resignation letter written, or rather,
depends who you ask, because we don't know if it's true either. It's just the rumor is he signed a contract. We don't know. Nothing's been confirmed. I don't believe.
That's the thing too. It's coming from the Insider, which is another guy who's got insiders who's saying now they're saying the opposite thing, right? So it could have been that this was the plan, and then Lanterns did well, but what I have no idea. And you have to realize too, with insider information, this is what, people dogpile on, like Rich Johnston, guys like that. Just because they have discussions internally doesn't mean that things ever come to fruition, right? Mm-hmm. It means that they were kicking around an idea or another idea, or this is where things are at right now. But until you've actually got the press release, you don't know what the actual scoop is. So when you report on rumors, they're exactly that. They're rumors. And this was a rumor. And the rumor was, as of a week ago, that Gunn was out. They already knew he was out, and they already had the letter written. They already knew what they were going to do. Now, they weren't going to fire him. They just weren't going to renew his contract. Now we've got the insider coming out and saying, yeah, he's re-upped again, or he's going to re-up, and everybody's running with that. But again, it's not confirmed by official channels.
That's why I said reportedly, because we don't know for sure.
Reportedly. So this is coming from comicbook.com. James Gunn and Peter Safran were hired as co-heads of DC in 2022, and they talked about the hit or miss performance of Gunn's stuff. Is James Gunn's future at DC's studio secure because of the Paramount Warner Brothers merger? Things are always subject to change. Of course, they disclaim it too, especially when there's a major corporate merger pending. It's important to note that it's been reported that until the acquisition is finalized, there's a restriction on deals Warner Brothers can make concerning key property IP, which includes DC.
Which would mean if he's resigning, it's kind of weird if you're not allowed to make deals.
Right. So there's a lot of things here that's just like, he said, she said, whatever. It would be reasonable to assume that these restrictions would apply to contracts for talent and studio executives, suggesting Gunn and Safran wouldn't be able to re-up until after the dust has settled. Assuming the merger goes through and Paramount takes over, the new leadership could decide to take things in a new direction by bringing in their own people to oversee things. So that is another part of the rumor coming from Cosmic Book News, is that the Saudis want Snyder back. And a lot of this has become like a pissing match with the Snyder people versus the Gunn people or whatever. I don't give a shit one way or the other. I'm going to be real clear. Like, I'm not a Snyder bro. I don't care. I've liked some of the Snyder movies. I've liked some of the James Gunn movies. I
just
whatever.
want good movies.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Now, we did know that Safran confirmed that they were talking with David Ellison, which I mentioned, and that came directly from him. So they were in talks with that. So it is, and this news came after those talks. So It's possible. But the fact of the matter is, nobody really knows at this point in time what's up with it. It's just, rumors. I can guarantee you one or two things. He's either going to stay or be gone.
Yeah. So, so that's the rumor. That is our rumor. That's the rumor coming from Clownfish TV. James Gunn is either going to stay at DC or he could be gone.
Yeah, because we honestly don't know. It does seem, though, because they brought up a point, if they're supposed to be having no negotiations right now and everything's on hold to the deals through, then it would seem unlikely they can make an agreement. That being said, Safran himself confirmed they were talking to, Ellison and Paramount. And there was rumors they were going to stay before this came out about the contract. So who the hell knows? It can go either way.
Yeah. So now we had before we had the Snyder people tap dancing because Gunn was out. Now we've got the Gunn people tap dancing because Gunn's staying. And I
personally think Gunn should be out. Personally, because it has nothing to do with being like, oh, Snyder, I don't really care if he comes back or not. I'm just saying it's a Kathleen Kennedy situation. It's like, dude is not. So you have one show. It's not even a movie. It's a show that's doing okay. You had movies at the box office. Supergirl was a disaster. Superman made money, but it didn't do super great.
It was Superman.
It's just, he just keeps wanting, like I said, make Guardians of the Galaxy. Our son was talking to me about this before we did this video, and he's just like, that's the problem with him. Is this everything is just like another Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and eventually you're just like, can you do anything else?
Yeah, I would like to see him stay on for certain movies. I think he would do really, really well with. I just don't think
he shouldn't be doing everything.
He should be doing everything. I think, again, I think he'd be fine with Lobo. I think he'd be fine with Doom Patrol. I think he'd be fine with any like offbeat, quirky, a Guy Gardner solo movie or something like that. I think he'd be fine with.
That would be good. I think he'd make it really funny and really good. But that doesn't mean that he's perfect choice for some of his other stuff. And he wasn't even the director of Supergirl, but apparently he stepped in and what they ran with was his version.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he's going to be the new Kathleen Kennedy in a lot of regards if he stays, where you're going to have a very vocal part of fandom, not like what he's doing, but he's going to put out movies that are hit or miss. They're not all going to be hits, and people are going to point to it, be like, look, he's destroying the franchise, but he gets another 5 years to do more damage.
Kathleen Kennedy, but I'm just like, if he was just overseeing it all, then, okay, maybe, but it doesn't seem like he will stay in that lane.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like, yeah, we'll give him an extension, but he needs to back the hell off and maybe just stay in his lane and, not micromanage everything. But if you're the boss of DC, you're going to micromanage everything, right?
Well, I don't know. I just know that, I've heard that they were talking to Ellison, and then they said that they had a contract which would track with talking to Ellison before that. But we don't know if Ellison's going to be buying Warner Brothers, so there's that. But then they also said that he's out. I kept hearing he was out before that. So who the hell knows?
Nobody knows. I'm going to be honest, I don't even think they know. I think at this point, what's going on with Paramount and Warner Brothers and all that. Now, we do have a lot of Warner Brothers executives jumping ship before the merger, because I think they know that the first thing they're going to do is clean house. We had the head of Warner Animation leave after 30 years. This is the guy that helped start Cartoon Network, and he's out because they know they can read the tea leaves. So, I don't think anybody really knows what's going on. Hell, Paramount doesn't even know if they can buy Warner Brothers at this point.
Well, then, if I'm not mistaken, I think James Gunn and some other directors and Del Toro and stuff were at a Crunchyroll thing recently.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like he's looking for something else to do. Oh, you already had it ready?
I already had it ready. Yeah. So since we're talking about James Gunn, Crunchyroll's lined up Del Toro, James Gunn, and senior execs from some of Japan's biggest anime and manga companies for the inaugural Crunchyroll Anime Future Forum, an invitation-only industry summit. Invitation-only industry summit, so it's paywall just like their store.
I don't know. To me, I know, right? To me, it just, one of them maybe, the other one not so much. If we're, doing some things, but yeah. So it sounds to me like he's already out there looking for new things to do.
Well, Crunchyroll is technically part of. Well, yeah, it's Sony now, so yeah, it's. I don't know, guys. Very interesting.
So now they're gonna go ruin anime.
Yeah, Hollywood's going to ruin anime. They're going to ruin YouTube. They're going to ruin podcasts. It's all congealing. It's wherever. Basically, they will let you take all the risk on your own, and they'll let these studios take all the risk. And then when they see there's money, then they swoop, right? Mm-hmm. That's just how it works. Now, like, oh, anime, that's what all the youths want. So we're going to spend a bunch of money on that now, but we're going to give them shitty anime.
Unless he's there as a consultant, it seems to me that he's looking for something else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I honestly don't know what to tell you guys. We don't know. And if anybody says they do know until there's an official announcement, you really don't know. It's just that you heard from somebody that it's going on. Because, like I said, Saffron was saying they were talking to the Ellisons. We don't know if they're going to buy Warner Brothers. It could be a matter of we're not making a deal. They're likely going to sign them back on if they come back in, or if they come in and take it. But we don't know what's going on with that right now. So I don't know. But he's out there doing this. Oh, it's just, as a speaker or something, maybe. But seems kind of weird to me.
Who knows? So we'll keep an eye on this. But yeah, it has become definitely a what do they call them? Gum Bros? I don't know. They have the Snyder Bros.
Oh, I don't know about him. But Para Bros is the Warner Brothers Paramount deal.
And it's basically Gunn versus Snyder people. And
I just want the DC bros who just want good DC, and they don't care who does it.
They just want good dick.
Like,
good dick.
Most people, the normies, they just want good movies. Well, that's all they care about. They didn't go see these movies because the butt looked like shit.
Yeah, that's it.
It
looked like shit. The end. All right, we gotta wrap it up.
Yes.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.